You were not born dull. You were not born tame. The spirit inside you once lived with the wildness of a blade ready to be drawn. But a blade kept in silk too long begins to rust. And that is what has happened to you, not suddenly, not violently, but quietly, the way soft mold grows in a corner no one bothers to look at. Your edge didn't disappear. It softened. The air around you became warm, padded, easy, and without realizing it, you matched it. Musashi woke in cold mornings that bit the lungs. He walked roads where danger was not theoretical, but always close enough to taste. His spirit grew sharp because the world around him demanded it. Every day was friction. Every choice carried consequence. A man who hesitated could lose his life before he understood his mistake. There was no cushion between himself and reality. No temperature control. No safe mode. Just the rawness of existence. But your world changed. The flaws softened. The winds gentled. The threats faded. You learned comfort first, convenience second, safety third, and every layer wrapped around your instincts, like silk smothering a once living flame. The strange thing is, you can feel it. You remember a time when you were sharper. As a child, you sought the world with reckless courage, climbing, running, exploring, falling, rising. You were pulled forward by instinct, not dulled by hesitation. Then, slowly, and without ceremony, the softness crept in. Doors that opened automatically. Food delivered without effort. Warmth available at the flick of a switch. You weren't warned that comfort doesn't just protect, it sedates. It turns the warrior away from the battlefield and toward the couch. The first weakness is not physical. It is the quiet surrender of your edge. Somewhere inside, you will know. You feel the dull ache of potential unused. But you don't know why it haunts you. This is why. Your spirit followed the world's softness, and now you are paying for it. Comfort is not the enemy, but it is a warm fog, and fog blinds a man long before it kills him. Modern life wraps itself around you like a gentle smoke, soft enough that you never question it, warm enough that you never resist, thick enough that you slowly forget who you were meant to be. Comfort makes no loud announcements. It simply blurs your vision of the man you could become. Imagine a warrior who stops training. Not for a day, not for a week, but for years. His hands forget the weight of his own sword. His stance weakens. His instincts thin out like old threads. He is still alive, still breathing, but he moves like a ghost, inhabiting a body he no longer remembers how to use. That is what comfort does to men today. They walk around as outlines present in form, absent in spirit. Ancient struggle was simple. Hunt or hunger, fight or fall, act or die. There was no illusion about what mattered. Today, the struggle is stranger, quieter, not a lion's roar, but a notification ping. Not the fear of losing one's life, but the fear of missing out on digital noise. Not the instinct to survive, but the instinct to scroll. You have been given softness everywhere, and so you respond softly. Hesitation in your voice, indecision in your actions, doubt in your spine. A soft environment creates soft reactions. A padded world shapes padded men, and when your surroundings ask nothing of you, you slowly become nothing in return. This is how ghosts are made, not by death, but by comfort. Musashi never sought comfort. He sought sharpening. His duels were not for glory, they were for friction. He understood the ancient truth. Every strong man eventually confronts. You grow only where there is resistance. You rise only where something pushes back. Ease never made anyone formidable. Still water does not shape stone, but a river does not by violence, but by constant pressure. Over time, the relentless friction polishes the roughest surfaces into something smooth, strong, enduring. In your life, you have mistaken stillness for peace, but stillness is where decay lives. Motion, pressure, challenge, these are the elements that carve strength into a man's bones. Yet modern life teaches you the opposite. It whispers, avoid discomfort, avoid cold, avoid strain, avoid rejection. Avoid discipline. Every escape feels harmless, but each one steals a fraction of your potential. You avoid the very things that would make you unshakable. You want strength without struggle, clarity without solitude, discipline without sacrifice, and so you remain soft. Weakness has nothing to do with your genetics, your upbringing, or your fate. Weakness is simply the absence of friction. When nothing pushes against you, your muscles, physical, mental, spiritual, never awaken. They sleep under the blankets of convenience. Look at your life honestly. Where is the resistance? Where is the force that sharpens you? Where are the trials that make your spine tighten and your breath deepen? If you cannot find them, then that is your answer. You feel weak because nothing in your life is forging you. You feel weak because you have mistaken ease for safety. You feel weak because you have lived without friction. This world has sold you an illusion. The illusion of permanent safety. And illusions always collapse the moment life becomes real. Ancient men prepared for storms. They built strength, an expectation of hardship. Today, a man panics when his Wi-Fi drops. When comfort becomes normal, discomfort becomes terrifying. Softness creates dependence. The more a man relies on external ease, the more he fears its removal. When every danger is patted away, he loses the instincts that once protected him. There was a time when danger sharpened your awareness, steadied your breathing, awakened your presence. Now, even small difficulties feel overwhelming. A stressful message, a harsh comment, a single unexpected change in routine. These things shake you because the foundation inside you has thinned. Imagine a fortress made of paper. From a distance, it looks solid. It has walls, a gate, a silhouette of strength. But the moment rain falls, it dissolves. That is the modern man, seemingly secure, inwardly fragile. He clings to comfort because, without it, he fears he would collapse. But the deeper truth is darker. Softness breeds a quiet anxiety. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady. It hums beneath your days. It whispers at night. Because somewhere inside, you know you cannot withstand life if the external world stops protecting you. And that knowledge unsettles you more than you admit. Unsettles you more than you admit. The world may seem safe, but life is not. Suffering, loss, conflict, uncertainty, these storms arrive whether you are prepared or not. Without inner strength, you drown. A soft world makes fragile men. A fragile man fears reality, and a man who fears reality cannot face himself. Weakness does not appear in a single dramatic moment. It grows quietly, like dust settling on a forgotten shelf. Your softness was not chosen, it accumulated. It came from the tiny choices of ease. The snooze button, the scroll, the moment you avoided discomfort because it was easier not to confront yourself. You did not fall. Chu Favid. A sword does not lose its shine in battle. It loses its shine in neglect. When no hand reaches for it, when no whetstone scrapes against its edge, when it sits untouched, unused, unnecessary. Most men today are not defeated by life. They are dulled by it. Their strength fades, not because they fought and lost, but because they never step onto the battlefield. Musashi lived by a principle: do nothing which is of no use. In his world, useless acts were dangerous. In yours, they are everywhere. Hours of entertainment as anesthesia, endless consumption with no creation, comfort rituals that numb rather than restore. Modern men bury their power under layers of convenience. Your inner warrior did not die. He was smothered under habits of ease. Weakness is the child of ease, born from countless moments of quiet surrender. Despite everything, Teres Hopi, not the soft hope of empty encouragement, but the fierce hope of remembering who you are. You have not met your real self yet. You have only met the version shaped by comfort, not the version forged by challenge. Inside you lives a shadow warrior, not a fantasy, not a metaphor, but a part of your psychology built for hardship. This is the version of you that grows sharper under pressure, more focused under strain, more alive when tested. He is dormant, not dead. He sleeps because life has not demanded his awakening. Consider a lion raised in captivity, well-fed, protected, safe. Its roar is weak, its instincts dimmed, but bring it into the wild. Let its muscles strain, let its senses sharpen, and the truth returns. The lion was always a predator. It simply lived too long without needing to be one. Hardship doesn't build character. It reveals Italiano. It strips away the layers of softness and exposes the raw, unfiltered version of you. The one who can endure. The one who can focus. The one who can fight for something real. Your weakness is not permanent. It is unused strength. Buried strength. Sleeping strength. The softness around you convinced you that you were small. But beneath that softness, there is a spine waiting to straighten. The strong man inside you is not gone. He is waiting for the world to stop protecting you long enough for you to remember yourself. A man does not discover who he is in comfort. He discovers it the first time he stands alone in difficulty. Musashi understood something modern men forget. Hardship is inevitable, but suffering can be chosen. Voluntary discomfort is not punishment. It is awakening. He walked alone, slept on hard ground, trained before sunrise, practiced with purpose. When others drifted, he did not wait for life to test him. He tested himself. When a man chooses difficulty, he feels alive again. Cold water shocks him into presence. Early mornings give him a sense of mastery. Silence reveals his mind's true shape. Discipline rebuilds his fractured will. These are not trends or challenges. They are the whetstones that return the blade to its purpose. You crave this more than you admit. The modern world gives you everything but depth. Everything but meaning. Everything but the experience of effort. But the moment you reintroduce hardship, real, chosen hardship, you feel something inside you rise. Something ancient, something unmistakably masculine. A blade returns to the whetstone, not because it is broken, but because it deserves to be sharp. You are no different. Softness has blurred your reflection, but friction will bring it back into focus. Seek discomfort, not to suffer, but to wake the warrior who has been sleeping inside you for years. Strength today is not loud. It is not performed. It is not painted across social media feeds. True strength grows in silence, the way a tree grows, roots through stones low. Quiet, unstoppable. You rebuild your inner spine through rituals that seem small, but reshape you from the inside out. Movement, stillness, repetition. These are the warrior patterns adapted to a soft era. You move your body, not for aesthetics, but to reclaim ownership of it. You sit in silence to confront the thoughts you've avoided. You'd repeat simple acts of discipline until they become part of your identity. This is how grit is built, not through dramatic acts, but through consistent presence. The world around you has no grit left. People avoid discomfort. Like it's poison, they crave shortcuts, quick fixes, instant relief. But if you resist that pattern, even in small ways, you grow strong in places others don't even know exist. The battlefield now is consistency. The enemy is your own inertia. The victory is the quiet knowledge that you did what softness begged you not to do. This is how you build a spine in a world that has forgotten what one looks like. Now you stand at a crossroads. One path, padded, predictable, painless. The other rough, uncertain, demanding. The soft world pulls you toward the first, but something deeper calls you toward the second. That is the whisper of Musashi's spirit, the ancient reminder that ease is the enemy of becoming. Yes, the world is soft, but you don't have to be. You can become the exception. The outlier, the man who sharpens himself while others settle. A single flame in a room full of shadows, small at first, but enough to burn through the fog of comfort that has surrounded you for years. Strength today is rare, which makes it powerful. Discipline today is unusual, which makes it dangerous. Presence today is almost extinct, which makes it unmistakable. When you walk the path of resistance in an era of ease, you become a different kind of man, one who does not flinch at hardship, who does not bend under pressure, who does not dissolve at the first sign of difficulty. The soft world will not harden itself for you. It will not challenge you, demand your strength, or call you to rise. That must come from within. But if you choose it, you willingly return yourself to the friction that shapes warriors who will discover something unbelievable. You are far stronger than the world you were shaped in. You are far deeper than the comfort that sedated you. You are far more capable than your softness ever allowed you to see. A soft world creates ordinary men, but you are not meant to be ordinary. You are meant to be awake. You are meant to be sharp. You are meant to be alive.